to go through some of the teachings about Unity of Mesa. The other positive about this is we are looking for 2 new board members to add to our board of 6. And to be eligible to be on the Unity board, you need to be a member for 1 year. So if you're thinking about maybe doing that in the future, join me today. It's after church right here in the sanctuary. All right, let's get started.
Feel like we should get on a motorcycle. Vroom, 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 vroom. I don't know what happened, except that Nikki and I went on vacation at the end of May, and then we went to convention, Unity's annual convention in June, and I was like, we aren't doing enough in church. We are now. We are now. So I welcome you into a church that is full of opportunities for you to learn and grow. And that's what Unity is all about. It's about getting a new thought, a new idea, trying on something that we haven't tried before, or trying on something that we tried on before, but the timing wasn't right, so that we can expand our consciousness, deepen our understanding of truth, and be the transforming presence of love in the world. Here at Unity of Mesa, we have 3 core values: enlighten, empower, and energize. And while I don't know what Reverend Nickie's going to say today, I suspect that you just maybe might get a taste of each of those 3: enlightenment, empowerment, and energizement. So let's begin our time together in prayer, knowing that there's only one presence and one power active in our lives and in the universe: God the good, omnipotence, breathing in the beauty, the strength, and the order of the divine, and knowing that this beauty, strength, and order play out in our lives with intention, with our dreams, and with our desires. And for this foundation, from this moment, ready to move forward, we say thank you, God, and amen. Well, my name is Reverend Mindy Tucker. This is Reverend Nickie Golden. We've been teasing each other because a couple of times I've said, my name is Reverend Mindy Tucker. And then what does Nikki say?
My name is Reverend Mindy Tucker.
So like, well, okay, so I'm Mindy.
Tucker.
I'm the one with the curly hair. This is Reverend Nickie. She's the one with the straight hair. She's going to give the lesson today. If you go to the next slide, you'll see the whole beautiful slate of people that are,
This clicker is a new clicker, and this is the first time it's actually acted out with me.
But it's blinking blue.
Oh, it is? So it needs a new battery?
Go get some more. Go get somebody.
Sherry.
Please. Here we go. So all Sherry did was click, but we actually need new batteries, Sherry. So this is who we've got today. Julie Treglone is our Youth and Family Ministries Director. She's also our ministerial intern. We have Jay on the piano. We have Catherine, who's singing with us today. And just so you know, if you want more of Catherine's beauty in your life, on November 10th, she is performing, and she can tell you all about, it's like she's the star of the show performing in a musical review. Triple threat. She's dancing, she's singing, she's acting, she's doing it all. So she can tell you more about that. Okay, who else have we got?
We have...
I did this is Chris. Sherry, who's getting us the batteries. And then Chris, if you could just click to the next slide while Sherry's doing that, that's awesome. Lori Weber talked about the new members class, which is today. If you want to rededicate your membership, come and be with us. If you are interested in joining, come and be with us. If you just want to know more about Unity and what we do here and what does this really mean. I know that I feel better when I walk out the door than when I walked in. What is that all about? 11:45 right here in the sanctuary. All right.
On Wednesday night, although there's not a slide up there yet, but there will be, we have healing night. It's from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. There's a number of practitioners. Uh-oh, and
Hospice outreach.
uh-oh. Hold that thought. Hospice
Did it
outreach.
click? Okay.
Don't you love
So
life?
Okay, so somewhere in there, we have hospice outreach. It's on the 15th. It's a morning gig for us. It starts what I consider before gets up at 8 o'clock, and it goes to noon. We'll be doing some crafts, but we will also be making meals for the families who come to this hospice center to be with their loved ones. Lori Weber, who you met earlier, is the coordinator if you have any questions. There's Lori. Okay.
It's a wonderful opportunity to give. Now we have Healing Night on October 8th, which is this Wednesday night from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. There's a number of practitioners. We're excited to be back. Stephanie Loveland is taking care of it. She's heading it up, and it will be a wonderful evening of healing. So please come.
Please come.
Please come.
Power of 8. Our ministerial intern, Julie Treglone, also known as our Youth and Family Ministries Director, is teaching an 8-week class. It's actually part class and part visioning using the work of Lynn McTaggart. It starts this Saturday. Rev Nickie's going to talk about it in her lesson today, so you'll have more information.
And then we have Java time with the board. It's a little bit different. We usually do Java time with the ministers, but we thought you might like an opportunity to talk to board members about what it's been like to do board service and what their experience has been like. So at the Coffee Rush over here on Gilbert at 10:30 to 12 is Java time with the board.
On Friday. And then if you are interested in line dancing, the last Sunday of this month is going to be Cowboy Sunday. We're going to be talking about the cowboy wave, and we will also be featuring you as the line dancers. If you come, not this Sunday, but the next 2 Sundays, we're going to learn a line dance to Alan Jackson's Good Times. So come join us for the line dancing. We'll all line up and show everybody how good we are while we have service. And then, of course, on the 26th of October, wear your bolo ties, your boots, just all your cowboy attire.
Have fun.
All righty.
All right, stand as you are able, and let's sing Holy, Holy Way.
Oh, let me know the love is all birthday is in the month of October, stand right back up. Oh, yeah. We got Libras, we got Scorpios. All right, we're going to sing to you. Happy birthday to you. There's no one like you. Uniquely created. I love knowing you. I bless you with life and abundance of all. God bless you, my loved ones, and have many more. And today, just so the rest of you know, today is Elizabeth's actual birthday.
We've got the 2 October YFM birthday girls here. Yay! All right, Elizabeth's going to lead us in our affirmation.
I trust divine order and feel safe. Say it with me. Order and feel safe.
Thank you. Wonderful. So we're starting a new power today in our YFM classes, the power of order. Looking forward to that. I think we've got a slide that says something about host homes. Yes. Be prepared. On the Sunday, I think it's the 9th of November, prepare for an onslaught of young people from around our region, Southwest. We're going to come in for part of the service and it's going to be just amazing. I hope you feel the energy of our young people, our spirited young people. Having said that, we're going to have our rally for that whole weekend for the teens, and we need more host homes. We're expecting about 60. That's the latest update. So that's adults plus our teens, and that means we need to house them. They need a place to stay. So even though their program will be here during the day, we need beds. So please see me. There is an application form at the back. We received a few. Thank you so much. But if you have space for 2 adults, a bed is fine, a sofa is fine, and room on your floor for some young people, please let me know. We want to get this going and make everyone comfortable. Our chili mac and cheese cook-off is the next big thing on our YFM calendar, and it's for all of us. It is a fundraiser. We're asking that the adults make a chili. Bring it in a crock pot here that morning, and we're asking that the youth, our young people, mac and cheese, get a parent to help. So we're having 2 sets of competitions side by side, prizes for both winners and the honour of being the champion for the year, dethrone the ones from the past year. $5 entry fee, and then on the day we will vote with our dollars, and the one with the most dollars will win. Sign-up sheets are at the back. All right, so that's all for our announcements. Let's say our blessing and then sing our children and teens out to class. Children, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are.
You were born with potential. You were born with goodness and trust. You were born with ideals and dreams. You were born with greatness You were born with wings. You are not meant for crawling. So don't. You have wings. Learn to use them and fly.
They say times are hard for dreamers, but they are not hard for me. I've saved up everything I know to take that step beyond the lawn. Keep walking till I see the station and then see it go. Inside the train, out through the glass, my finger tracing all of these towns I've never heard of, racing past. Off the train in Paris, half a mile from Sacré-Cœur, the city's waking up for me. A sign says an apartment's vacant on the second floor, and suddenly I hold a key. I turn a lock, the rooms appear, and all it takes is one more step, and then I'm here, just me behind my door. It isn't what I have, it's only what I have in store that matters now. The past can only fade, and everything I'll ever need is here. This is how my world gets made. They say times are hard for dreamers, and who knows, maybe they are. People seem stuck or lost at sea. And I might be a dreamer, but it's gotten me this far, and that is far enough for me. Look out my window, there's a view of other windows, my own museum full of paintings I look through, where everything is clear. It isn't where I am, it's only where I go from here that matters now, and I am not afraid, as everything I'll ever need appears. This is how my world gets made.
Beautiful. Catherine McCrary and Jay Melbourne. What an amazing last line. This is how my world gets made. Do you believe it? Yes. 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 We are a metaphysical community that believes that when we follow spiritual law and we do what is necessary, what is ours to do, then we're able to manifest our dreams, whatever they are. What's a dream that you have?
Go to national parks.
Go to national parks.
Build a cabin in Sholo.
Build a cabin in Sholo. Y'all don't have dreams? This is a little scary. Because without a vision, the people perish. So hopefully by the end of this talk, you'll have a vision, a dream, something that you want to work for, something that invigorates you and calls you to get up every morning and calls you into life. Touch a nerve, touch a thought, inspiration.
Grow a medicinal garden.
What was that?
Grow a medicinal garden.
Grow a medicinal garden. What a beautiful idea. And I know you love plant-based medicine. So, manifestation or demonstration. Demonstration is really what I think about as the older word in Unity. The words that our co-founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, used. I personally like the term manifestation. It feels a little bit more modern. But they're one and the same. How do we move from desire to divine demonstration or divine manifestation? How do we do that? It's actually an easy process once we understand the process. In Unity, that process is called the creative process. It's part of the metaphysics that we teach. And it has 7 pieces to it, which I'll start to talk about in just a moment. But I want to start with the idea, this is an important word, that all manifestation, all demonstration begins in an idea. It begins with a divine idea. It begins with an idea, an impulse, a thought, a desire that each of us has. It doesn't have to be the same desire. There was a day I had a desire to go to graduate school. And I was like, oh, okay, I have this desire. What do I do with this desire? I was still in college, but I wanted to go to graduate school, but I also wanted to have some experience in working first. So I had some opposing desires. I wanted to work and get some experience. I also wanted to make some money, and I wanted to get a higher education. So I got a job. I got a job teaching. I got a job teaching first grade, and I had a really good time with it, teaching first grade. And that desire, which I did first, led me to my next desire, which to go to graduate school. And I did that also. But the interesting thing to me is as my life has unfolded, that desire to get a job and the job that I got at the time has led me into what I'm doing now, which is not only doing ministry, speaking to you guys up here, but teaching classes. So when I look back over my life, I can see that my desires have also led me to my purpose, what I think about as my holy purpose. I've had a few in life, and most of us do. When my dad was growing up, he had one job basically, and that's what he thought he was supposed to do for the rest of his life. And so his was in education. He just moved up levels of education. But he believed that that's what he was supposed to do the rest of his life. I came through in a different culture at a different age, believing that, I can do a lot of things in life. And I have manifested doing a lot of things in life and had fun with all the things I'm doing. Because I believe if I'm not having fun, it's time to move on. So I can move on while having fun, but I believe if I'm not having fun, it's time to move on. So I've moved on from a few jobs. One of them was selling running shoes. It was interesting. It got me through paying my rent when I was in graduate school, and then I was ready to stop, and I did. So you can see how the desires can support us in our life and can actually be momentary and lead us to the next right action or the next right desire that emerges in us. So it can be a multitude of things that show up in a lifetime so that we can be in joy and enjoy our life. But remember, everything begins with an idea. It begins in mind. Unity writer Ellie Meyer says, all things were first in the invisible, that's our thought. All things were first in the invisible before they came into manifestation. I had the idea to get a job. So that was the invisible, the idea to get a job. I was fresh out of my undergraduate degree, and I started applying for jobs, and I didn't like the jobs I was applying for. I didn't want to be where I was, and I didn't like the jobs. So I decided, well, maybe I need to broaden my horizon. So on an impulse, I sent a letter to a place that I had done summer missions in the Baptist church. You can do summer missions work. I sent a letter to a place that I did summer missions because I knew that we had done day camp and that they had a school. And so I said in this letter, hey, I'd like to come and teach for you if you have an opening. And about the day that the letter arrived there, the director called me and said, would you like to come? Can you come tomorrow? School starts on 2 days later. I said, no, but I can come on this day. So I went, not tomorrow, but the next day. And that started a process for me of creating something totally different. I got that job. I loved that job. It was fun. It was work. And it was also an amazing experience to work with first graders. If you've ever taught first graders, they're a hoot. And they were fun. I enjoyed it. But it started with an idea. And then I got a different idea. I wanted to do something else. And I wanted to go to graduate school by that time. So I got a different job where I could do both, go to graduate school at night and still make enough money to pay my rent, do all that stuff. Those ideas come forth into manifestation or demonstration when we work the process. But part of that process is knowing that whatever you ask for in prayer with faith, there's the important word, whatever you ask for in prayer with faith, you will receive. Faith is that knowingness. It goes beyond belief. It's that knowingness that whatever the desires of my heart are, that I have the capacity to bring them forth. And to hold the image, to hold the vision of bringing those desires forth so that before I can even see the actuality of them, see the reality of them, I know it's going to happen. For instance, a number of years ago, I decided I wanted a certain kind of car. I had a great car, but I'd seen this car I wanted, and I just had this impulse that I wanted this car. And so I started going and driving these cars. And I started with driving them, and I would go and, in a car dealership, I would say, I'm not interested in buying a car yet, but I will be interested soon. I want to test drive it. I want to see what it's like. I want to see all the pieces of information I need to know. It took me like 18 to 24 months to actually buy the car because it wasn't quite the right car. And I found a car that was the right car, but I didn't have the inner impulse. So for me, I have to listen to that impulse of yes. There's a really clear yes I get when it's time to do something. So when I listen to that impulse of I want it, I didn't have the impulse of yet. So I did things like talk to my friends about it. I took Rev Mindy to see the car multiple times. I know I was driving the car dealer a little bit, like they like to sell cars right away, but I was just coming and going, and I kept saying, one of these days I'm going to buy the car when I find the right car. So I found a car I liked, but I still didn't have the yes. So I printed out a picture of that car, and I put it on my cabinet in the kitchen. So every day I would see the picture of that car, and I'd think, one day I'm going to go buy you. And I kept thinking, well, is this the right car? Is this the right car? So I gave myself time to go look at it. So I'd taken everybody I knew to see the car. I'd actually changed people who were helping me because one just got frustrated and said, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I said, I told you from the very beginning that I would know, because I knew that I would know. And one day I woke up and I said, this is the day. This is the day I'm supposed to go buy that car. Now, let me tell you, I went to buy that car, but here's what happened. That car had been on the lot for a period of time. So every few months, its price went down. Its price went down. Its price went down. And so when I got to the car lot that day, the price was exactly $2,000 over what I wanted to pay. Just a little bit more than I wanted to pay. So we were talking. the person that was supporting me. And I said, I want the car, but not at that price. She said, oh, we've been going down. You'll never get at that price. I said, well, this is the price I want to pay. And she said, why is that? I said, because it's the one I want to pay. It's the price I have in my head. And she just kind of looked at me. She said, I know this will never happen, but let me go talk to my manager. She went to talk to her manager, and she came back with the most puzzled look on her face. And she said, he said yes. Well, this had gone on for a little bit, so I said, okay, I want the car. Tell me how much I need to give you in deposit. I will be back in 2 hours because I have a lunch date. And she's like, you're leaving? I said, yes, I have a commitment, and I will be back, but if you want a deposit. So I drove off the lot that day with the car of my dreams. I didn't rush it. I didn't try to force it. And as I followed my internal messages and my internal impulse, what occurred was that I got it at exactly the price I wanted to pay for it. And I was willing to stand in that price. I wasn't willing to give up and say, oh, maybe the universe wants me to pay more. I didn't play any of those games. I did drive some people crazy because my minister at the time was like, will you go buy the car? Just hurry up. But I knew within me that if I listened deeply, I would buy the car on the right day. And I loved that car. I had so much fun driving that car. It's not the car I have now, but now I have a different car, which I used a similar process with, which we used a similar process, and I love it equally. It's just a different car.
And it took 2 days.
Yeah, that one was quicker. But I got that same knowing, today is the day. It's important to me. So really what I'm describing is a process that goes from the unformed, the thought, the mind, into the form. From the unformed into the form. And that unformed, the thought comes, and we can hold the thought in mind. And you've heard this many times. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. What we think about, we bring about. Joseph Murphy says, what we impress on our subconscious mind, we express in the world. So the unformed is simply the thought. And as we move to the formed, we're going through a process in unity. That process is called creative process. It takes as long as it takes. Is this familiar from the Moses story? They walked through the desert for 40 years. 40 years metaphysically is it takes as long as it takes. So what can, for some of us, take a moment, others it can take a couple of years. Myrtle Fillmore's healing came about in a number of years. It took her 2 years. So sometimes when I'm trying to manifest something, I have to remind myself from unformed to form takes as long as it takes. And that if I'm willing to listen and not get ahead of myself, not get impulsive, not get impatient, you recognize any of those words? Yeah. When I can say divine right timing, divine right order, then things manifest very smoothly. So moving from the form to from the unformed to the form. Here's what it takes in terms of the creative process. If you've been studying the 12 powers with us during this year, you recognize some of them. Illumination. In the beginning, God said, let there be light. That's illumination. Light is spiritual intelligence. Light is that sense of understanding what we want and using our intelligence to discern what it is that we truly want. It's easy to say, I want a car. It's much more difficult to say, I want this kind of car. We have to do some work to see, well, what do I really like driving? We have to go test drive some things. We have to take some actions. And then we have to decide that we're going to do it. It takes faith, that ability to know that it's coming because we have that desire and we're willing to put the energy into that desire. Imagination. is part of the process. Willing to hold the image of what we desire in our minds. That's why at some point I copied off a picture of the exact car I wanted, and I put it on my cabinet so I could have the image of it. I could imagine what it would feel like to drive it. I could imagine what it would be like to be going down the street, you know, and top down, because it was a convertible, and feeling the sun and the wind and driving it and just being in a joyful state. I could also imagine, because it was a convertible, that what it's like to get rained on and how fast I had to go in order to have the raindrops go over me. All of that works, and it's a lot of fun to play with if you live in a place that gets rain sometimes. Will and understanding are part of this process. I have to have the will to direct my imagination. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm thinking about something that I would like to manifest, sometimes my imagination runs wild. It goes over here, and it gets all in doubt, and it gets all in fear. Well, will helps me bring it out to the clarity of I have faith. But if I don't utilize that power of will and draw on that power of will, I could spend a lot of time over here in fear. Because what if it doesn't happen? What if the exact thing that I want doesn't come forth? Do you ever have thoughts like that? Yeah, those thoughts emerge. They're part of our humanness. But we also have this capacity, this faculty of will that says, oh, I hear you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. Bye-bye. I don't need to focus on you, because we know that what we focus on expands. And so we can use the discipline of our will. We can also use our will in terms of willingness. Am I willing to do the work that might need to come forth? My work is to envision what I want. My work is then to do this task that I can do. For instance, when I decided to go to graduate school, I had to take some national tests, the GRE and the MAT and all of those things. I had to be willing to sign up for them, study for them, and go and take them. That was my work. The rest of the work, the how it was going to come forth, that's God's work. But my work is to imagine, to experience in my mind's eye what it's going to be like. I used to dream about being, even in statistics class, you guys, but I used to dream about being in graduate school, being in class with these other people who were studying exactly what I was studying and having fun. And even in statistics class, the group of us formed a study group so that we could pass that with ease, and we did, because we held that idea in mind, and we did the work that was ours to do for that. Judgment. We often think of judgment as such a bad thing, but judgment is important. Another word for it in unity is discernment. But we need to be able to judge, is this a correct decision for us? We need to be able to make some decisions about what we're going to do so that we can hold the idea. I could have just gone and bought any old car, but it wouldn't have been the car I wanted. I could have been impatient and said, oh, what I really want is never going to happen because it never really happens. I never quite get exactly what I want. Do you ever have those thoughts? Okay, but judgment supports me in saying, no, I can manifest the desires of my heart. And I know that if I have this desire, then what I want to manifest will come forth when I do the work and I let go. The seventh one, well, I'll get there in a minute, but when I let go and let it happen. So human judgment is where we evaluate something. It's not happening fast enough. Or, well, Reverend Mindy manifested a car faster than I manifested a car. That comparison and contrast that we do. Oh, I must be doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not good enough. And whatever embedded theology that comes up from us that is like, oh, well, you know, you had to work for something in the Baptist church. You had to do good works. Well, that's not spiritual law as it works in unity. We don't have to do those good works. We don't have to be worthy. We are already worthy. You are worthy, I am worthy. Say that with me. I am worthy. I am worthy of all the good that I can receive. Let's say it all together. I am worthy of all the good that I can receive. So whatever your dreams are, whether you spoke them or didn't speak them, know that you are worthy of those dreams, that you have those dreams, that they have come forth from your internal desire, from your inner guidance, because you're worthy of them. And if they're your good as they are, then they will come forth. And if they're not, something better will come forth. Wisdom and love come into manifestation because love just loves. And that's our purpose, is to just love. And love just loves. Love doesn't say, oh, you're worthy of my love and you're not worthy of my love. And, oh, maybe you're okay for love and I have to think about whether you're okay for love. Love just loves. Wisdom comes in to guide us in making decisions about love. Wisdom comes in to say, oh, what are you doing here? Is this the right direction? They're great questions that wisdom asks so that we are guided onto the path. Wisdom comes in, and when that bright, shiny something comes, but we're scared that we can't have what we want, but there's this bright, shiny something that we think, well, that will work. Wisdom can come and say, but is that what you really want? Is that what's true for you? Wisdom is beautiful in that way when we let wisdom and love work together. Because love's just going to love. Oh, I love this car. Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. Wisdom is like, but is that for you? Is that what you truly want? It helps us in that judgment or discernment process. And then we let go. Once we move through these steps, we just simply let go. Let go. Some people, Eric Butterworth will say, let go and let God. Well, now it is time for the universe to do the how to bring it back about, but we have done the work of the creative process to set it up for the how to happen. And basically it looks like this: setting a clear intention with an elevated emotion, joy, peace, harmony, gratitude. One of the best things to do is use gratitude, because when somebody gives us a gift, when somebody gives us something and we're in gratitude, there's a different experience than when we're just in peace. And there's nothing wrong with manifesting from peace. But when we're manifesting from gratitude, there's this openness. There's a joy of, wow, somebody thought about me. There's something very special in gratitude that helps us to hold that elevated emotion, a clear intention. My desire, I'm just going to use this right now. My desire is to someday write a book. I've been saying this, and I'm putting someday in there because I know that if I say to write a book, then I will end up letting go of several things that I'm enjoying doing, because that manifestation will occur. So someday to write a book, that's one of my goals. So that's the clear intention. Someday I want to write a book. And I can already begin the gratitude for knowing that someday I will, and it'll show up on some shelf, maybe at the bookstore in Unity of Mesa, or Barnes & Noble. I mean, I can see that. I can wrap the image in the gratitude and call forth that manifestation. So this is also the process. It's just a little easier to remember than those 7 steps. We are going to start a manifestation process. This is the class that Julie is going to be teaching from this book called The Power of 8. It was written by Lynn McTaggart. You may know her from The Bond or The Intention Experience. It's an incredible book, and it's a little bit less scientific than some of her books. Her books can be very scientific, and yet she still gives the underlying science of this manifestation. Science, or what she calls the new science, has actually caught up with spirituality. So the things that Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, was teaching years and years ago, science is starting to say, hey, yes, this works. We knew it would happen. We knew it would happen. And now science is saying, yes, this works. So Lynn McTaggart gives some of that. What she does is she forms groups of 8 people. We're going to do it however many come. And Julie's going to teach it for 8 weeks. And then what people do is they set a clear intention. John has, let's see, how would he? John's knee is pain-free. I'm just grabbing an idea. John's knee is pain-free. So the group would hold that intention for 8 minutes. And for those 8 minutes, they would focus on the health and the ease of John's knee. And after 8 to 10 minutes, they would stop and they might go around the room and say what they experienced. Oh, I saw, John, I saw you walking with such ease. It was so beautiful to see you just walking. Somebody else might say, yes, and I saw you dancing. Your knee was not painful at all. So we can begin to hold that. What Lynn McTaggart has found is that those 8 minutes and the 8 people seem to be some form of sweet spot that really works. What happened when she was pulling this together, the power of 8, was she was trying she had developed and been experimenting online with intention experiments, and she holds them about 4 times a year. If you've ever been in one, they're powerful. You're online with 1,000 people sometimes who are holding the same intention. And so what she discovered was she was trying to pare them down so she could have them in person also. And she found 8 was a really good number. So 8 people would sit around. One person would say, this is what I would like to manifest, the clear intention. They would begin to talk a little bit about what will it feel like when you manifest that? What will it feel like? So if you're ever asking me about manifestation, I'm going to ask you, what do you want to feel when you're manifesting? And then they go into that 8 minutes. What they found was a group of people holding a collective intention amplifies the power. Well, we know this from Scripture, where 2 or more are gathered in my name. We know this, but they found it. They were able to scientifically evaluate it, get some data on it, which people like to see. The second thing they found was the person who is the focal point often experiences measurable improvements. And so they would measure pre and post so that they had a sense of what was actually happening when the group would hold the intention and hold it clearly. The person who's the focal point often experienced measurable improvements. And the third thing that would happen was those who hold the intention for others often experience powerful healing or manifestation in their own life. Well, we know this from the law of circulation. What we give comes back to us. So when we hold an idea for another person, then that same idea comes back to us. If we're holding success in business for a person, and we're doing it as a congregation, what's going to come back to this spiritual community? Success. It's very simple. Sometimes those simple things are the most difficult to wrap our minds around. But what we hold for another, and we hold it genuinely, it comes back to us also. The person receives and we receive, which is really beautiful. So this holding intentions for another and experiencing healing ourselves is often called the rebound effect. So here's my book, Dream into Being. Someday, I'm not ready to start it yet, but I've told the universe in a couple of months I'll be ready to start it. I want to finish some things that I'm loving doing right now. But here's my book cover, Dream into Being. And I want to remind you that the same source, this is from Alan Cohen, the same source that gave you the idea will give you the means to see it through. This is where faith comes in. The same source that gave you the idea will give you the means to see it through. This is part of what Myrtle Fillmore means when she says, we have all the capacities of God within us. We have all the powers of creative process within us right now. Are we using them? That's the real question. Do you want to manifest a job? Do you want to manifest a new house? Do you want to manifest a new car? Those are great things to manifest. I used to work on close parking spaces. Now I work on parking spaces further away, so I get my steps in. You know, so our consciousness changes and we can change what we want to manifest. I like also manifesting harmony in relationships. I like manifesting joy in my life. I often wake up and I go through some things in my head and think today is going to be a joyful day. Productive and joyful. I'm going to have fun today. I'm going to be with people I enjoy being with. I set the manifestation and then I watch it unfold throughout the day. So the same source that gave you the idea will give you the means to see it through. Now I want to draw your attention to this board, this bulletin board. I'm going to pull it over a little bit so you can see it. And there's some things on here already, because in the healing and wholeness class that I was talking with and teaching this past 5 weeks, I asked them to bring some things to put on the board that they want to manifest. Here's a vision board about being healthy. Here's an affirmation, I'm successful in everything I do. Here's the truth about stress and strategies for relief. So somebody's desiring stress relief. Here's mine, Dream into Being, a book by Rev Nickie. We're going to take this bulletin board and we're going to put it out here where the current or vision board is in this hallway, and invite you to bring things that you want to manifest, to bring things that you want to dream into being, to bring things that you want to have us as a community hold in consciousness with you. And you will receive and we will receive, because that is spiritual law. What we hold in our thoughts and with feeling, then that comes about again. So we'll be magnetizing ourselves to our dreams, and we will be calling forth the dreams of others, and we're doing it, if you're open to engaging, we're doing it as a collective community. It will support you individually, and it will also support this beautiful, amazing, magnificent spiritual community. So I invite you, we'll have this up for you next Sunday. I invite you to come and put whatever you want here. You can have your vision board. You can simply have an affirmation. You can create some kind of visual for yourself. Bring it. And let's do this together. Where two or more are gathered. Let's be a community that supports each other in living our dreams, in bringing them into fruition, from bringing them from the unformed to the form. And then as they form, we'll be able to put things on here to celebrate their formation and their demonstration. That's my challenge and my invitation to you as a spiritual community. Let's sing our way into meditation.
Clunk, 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 clunk. It took her forever to get that car.
Mindy was one of the ones that, how many times did you go back with me?
In a divine right timing. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I've let go of my past and celebrate who I've become. I am beautiful. I am powerful. And I celebrate who I am. You are beautiful.
process of meditation from that energy of celebration, celebrating who we are, created in the image of and as the likeness of God. We are divine. There's something to celebrate in that divinity. Because in that divinity, we are whole, we are perfect, we are complete. In that divinity, we can experience the desires of our heart, the peace that we long for, the harmony in relationships, the joy of living every day, allowing that to be. So as we move into a time of meditation, I invite you to let an image, let a affirmation, a clear intention come forth for yourself. And then wrap it in love, wrap it in gratitude, and allow it to be as we spend some time in the sacred and holy silence. Ask yourself the question, what do I most want? And do I believe that I can manifest it? What do I most want? What are those deepest desires of my heart? And am I willing to bring them from the unformed into the form? Am I willing to create a clear intention and to hold those intentions with gratitude or with joy or with peace? Am I willing to stand in faith knowing that my desire is not being created, but it's coming from pure potentiality that already exists, and that I am bringing my vibration, my frequency up into that manifestation so that I have what it takes to receive it. Breathing into that and allowing it to occur. And being willing to let it go. Let it go. Let it come forth in its own time, growing from that seed of that thought, of that idea, planted in our consciousness and moving forward in its divine right timing. Just say thank you for its manifestation. Thank you for its showing up as I know it will. I have that faith. And so it is, and so we let that be. Amen.
Thank you, Rev Nickie. Now it's time for us to get into the flow of abundance. We're so lucky here at Unity of Mesa to have our beautiful environment and building and grass outside. And I believe we're going to be outside today, correct? All right. Beautiful day. For our offerings today, we have several ways that you can give to Unity of Mesa, the Vanco app, back there in the bookstore, Unity of Mesa via mail, and also thank you, ushers, for coming around today. Let's say together, Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and so it is.
leave it all behind. It's time to pick up the pieces of my scattered mind. And after all my petals fall, I can finally find a beauty beneath once and for all. I've spent way too long judging myself, running from truth into someone else's arms, but I'm here. The battle's begun, the battle's begun. There's fire in me, deep down in my veins. These clouds in my head, they're not gonna rain. There's fight in my heart, there's hope in my eyes, there's hope in my eyes. I push to the limits, I climb every wall, I keep on believing anything's possible. I run till I'm breathless, I stand 10 feet tall, I keep on believing anything's possible. Anything's possible. It's time to crack the open door. It's time to leave every teardrop on the bathroom floor. If I'm scared, I'll go in scared. Yeah, I've got nothing to lose, it's only up from here. I've spent way too long judging myself, running from truth into someone else's arms, but I'm done. The battle's begun, the battle's begun. I push to the limits, I climb every wall, I keep on believing anything's possible. I run till I'm breathless, I stand 10 feet tall, I keep on believing anything's possible. Anything's possible. Yeah, the night is all around me, yeah. But in the dark, the stars, they found me, yeah, I'm here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna push to the limits, I climb every wall, I keep on believing anything's possible. I run till I'm breathless, I stand 10 feet tall, I keep on believing anything's possible. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
You got Carrie and Cindy coming forward, and as they do, it is with great gratitude for your belief and your commitment to this spiritual community that we bless your gifts. Together we say, we are one with the opulence of God. We are now in the flow of infinite abundance, and we give thanks for the prosperity that is ours by divine right. Okay, anything's possible.
That is true. One thing that's possible is outside hospitality today because the weather is so wonderful.
Yay.
Another thing that's possible is chaplains. If you would like to have a chaplain pray for you, will our chaplains please stand up? Audrey, John, and Sharon and Darlene are here.
To hold your dreams in our hearts.
Yes, and give them an outcome of what you would like. And they will hold that outcome in the highest mind action for you. Don't forget Julie's class on the Power of Eight begins Saturday morning at 10 o'clock in the annex.
In the annex. So, you have lots of choices. You can go to the bookstore and buy your very own copy of Power of Eight. You can stay inside and chat with people, and here's a potential conversation starter. What's a dream you have for the next chapter of your spiritual journey? How do you know? I could start a conversation with Kylie because she's going to say an herb garden with the right kind of plants for medicine, right? Something like that, right? So anyway, it's a potential because it's sometimes how is your week? What you got going this week? What's new? Gets kind of old. So here's a possible. Here's a possible one for you. Hospitality's outside, conversation starter. If you saw somebody stand up who has a birthday, tell them happy birthday. And bless them with love. How do we get tickets for your show?
It's called Monday Night Musicals, and it's like a marathon 5-minute musicals. It's going to be at the ASU Care, Kerr. So if you look up ASU Care and then Monday Night Musicals on Google, it should just pop up, so you can buy them online. And then if you have trouble, I don't know, looking up on Facebook. My name's always on the slide, it's Catherine with the Fort Missouri. So, but I hope you can be there. It's going to be beautiful. We're singing and dancing at Rev Nickie. I used to perform on Broadway in New York, and I've been bringing back all of my favorites, but I've been really grateful to here. I'm talking to you all because I did the art and that I can experience
Right? And it's, yeah, you're welcome. So, yeah. Catherine, her brother, and her
my
husband.
husband, my brother are all going to be in it. It's me and 10 friends. It's going to be live piano and drums. So Monday night, November 10th at ASU Kerr. Look up Monday Night Musicals.
Okay. All right. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
I'm gonna push to the limits. I climb every wall. I keep on believing anything's possible. I run till I'm breathless.